Peace. What it is? I kind of missed my Sagittarius, Sun and Sag, Moon and Capricorn video. I did a video, but I realized I made a mistake on there after I did it, and then I didn't feel like redoing it, and then I realized something. So I'm just gonna do this video, speaking on my revelation. Sometimes you get lost in what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like you get caught up in, like, let's say you arguing with somebody. Like, I'm gonna teach you something, to my men. Like, you can't win an argument with a woman because she arguing with her emotions, and you arguing with logic. It ain't gonna you're never going to win that, because you know what I'm saying. At the end of the day, it's all about how she feels. So you can be 100% correct with what you say, but if she don't feel good about that, you still gonna be wrong. She gonna find some more shit to bring up. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know where that came from. But anyway, like, okay. Because, you can get caught up in something. So, you know what I'm saying? So, how that relates to an argument is, y'all arguing about, I don't know, she don't cook enough or some old bullshit. And then, you know what I'm saying? She gonna say, well, 2 years ago, you cheated on me or some old, or something, bring up some old shit, and then you like, oh, you done fucked up now. You really ain't got no basis for the argument, even though it really wasn't that deep. You know what I mean? Like, so what I'm saying is, like, sometimes when I go back and forth with people on social media, and I'm running into the same ignorant ass statements, I get caught up in, like, trying to prove these points to people, and I end up, it's just getting redundant. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just getting redundant, telling people that they're not crayons. You know what I'm saying? It's just, so, like, I'm finna fall back on that particular aspect of my videos or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Do what you want to do. I'm just gonna, move forward. So I got a couple ideas on how I'm gonna move forward. But I want to share some of my past in this video. Like, the reason why I have my mentality the way I am, like, towards how I feel about, like, the police, and how I feel about like the school system, and why I understood at a very young age that this system was not set up for my prosperity. When I was 8 years old, I got into a fight with this little white boy. You know what I'm saying? So-called. Got into a fight, right? And because he called me a nigger. He called me a nigger. And I beat the little white boy up and blooded his nose, right? So he ran home and told his mama. So his mama called the police, right? So he came out back outside, and my mama called the police, right? And I'm finna hit his punk ass again when he ran back in the house, right? So I'm standing outside his house like, oh, fuck out the police now. I'm 8 years old, all right? This is important. So I'm like, call police, I don't give a fuck. You shouldn't have called me no nigga. I beat your bitch ass up, right? Okay. Police come, right? Now, we in a suburb. When I was that age, we still stayed in the suburb. Duncanville, if you from Dallas, and you know. But anyway, so it's Duncanville police is the point, you feel me? So, you know what I'm saying? Police come, and I ain't running nothing. The police come, like, shit, it what it is. We had a fight. He lost. Shit. Well, what the fuck? I ain't did nothing. So the police come, he go talk to them, then he come up to me, nigga, put me in handcuffs. Now, we talking about an 8-year-old little boy. He put me in handcuffs and put me in the backseat of his car. Now, I'm sitting in the backseat of a police car with my hands cuffed behind my back at 8 years old. And this motherfucker had a shotgun sitting right in the middle of the fucking, like sitting up right here in the middle in between the front seats. A shotgun. I'm sitting in the back seat looking at a fucking shot, nigga. I was traumatized. It scared the shit out of me. I'm like, God damn, I'm finna go to jail because somebody called me a nigga. Like, I'm supposed to allow that type of shit. So, you know what I'm saying? That fucking my mentality. So he put me in the car and took me to my house. And I only stayed like right down the street. So I wasn't, he sat me in the car and went and talked to them. So I sat in that hole for a good 5-10 minutes. And, so I'm saying that shit traumatized me. I'm 8 years old. I still remember that shit like it was yesterday. So he took me to the house, and then he took the handcuffs off me, and then he left me in the car, and then he went and walked up to the door and talked to my mama. He didn't walk me up first. He walked up to the door, talked to my mama, and then he came and got me. Like, why not show her that you put me in handcuffs? You see what I'm saying? Because he a hoe, and he know he a hoe. Whoever the fuck you is, I hope your bitch ass dead by now. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? That shit traumatized me. So, you know, from that day on, I never trusted the police. I never thought highly of the police. I was always worried around them. You know what I'm saying? I was always, you know, on alert for my life. And that shit still is today. And it haven't changed because I've never really had an interaction. I'm saying I had one positive interaction with a cop when I had a wreck. And the motherfucker let me use his phone to call my wife. You know what I'm saying? That's like my only positive interaction with a fucking policeman. You dig? So, other than the time I told him I was a Moorish American and he left me the fuck alone. At that time, that was my other positive time. But anyway, another time, another situation that happened in my life was when I was in, like I said, I was in Duncanville up until the 7th grade. And then I was, you know, I was a little badass, you know. I was bad. So they kicked me out of Duncanville, right? And I had to go to Dallas because we had already moved to Dallas anyway. We had moved out the suburb by that time. So, you know what I'm saying? So 7th grade for the first 6 weeks, first 6 weeks, okay? You know, they break down to 6 weeks. Anyway, fuck it. The point is, I got a few lessons in there, and I'm telling you this for a reason. All right, so because I was always a pretty smart guy. I was in like honors class, science, and honors math always. I never was really good in English. It's kind of funny now that I'm pretty good with etymology and things. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I got some lessons, right? All right. So when I got to Dallas, I was a smart kid because I had already learned all that shit like the last year in fucking Duncanville. So, you know, I shot through 7th and 8th grade, Dallas easy. I got to the 9th grade, and I bullshit y'all not, the exact same lesson that I was getting in 7th grade in Duncanville in a suburb, they was giving that same exact lesson, the same book, the same line, everything in the 9th grade in Dallas. Man, I was in that whole, I'm sitting in the class. I remember this shit. I was 14. I'm sitting in the classroom. And, you know, they like, go to page. First when they gave us the books, I was like, this look familiar. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I had this book before. But anyway, go to the page, he start reading. I'm like, is this deja vu? Like, I'm 14 thinking like, is this deja vu? Because I've been here before. Got the same exact lesson. What I'm saying is, what's it called? Main city school system, you know, the independent school system, public. I could not think of that word for shit. The public school system, you know what I'm saying, for the main city, like a Dallas and Dallas-Fort Worth, or, you know, I imagine Atlanta and, you know, in that area, New York, blah, blah, blah. They don't teach the kids shit on purpose. And they literally and purposely teach them like they teaching 9th grade or 7th grade lessons. Nigga, this was 14 years ago. It ain't got no better. It ain't got no better. You know what I'm saying? Like, man. So, you know, at that age, I knew I wasn't finna get nothing out of this school. So, you know, I basically stopped going in the 9th grade. And then they put me in alternative school. Now, listen, my story is continuous, you know. So, check it. So, I'm in alternative school half of my 9th grade year, all of my 10th grade year. You know what I'm saying? My whole 10th grade year, I'm in alternative school. So, you know, we had to do work. You know, you had to package, you had to do of work, and then you had to do some work on the computer, right? Bam. Did all that shit. I did enough to get enough credits. I remember. I was supposed to have 16 credits. I remember this shit, because, listen. So, you know what I'm saying? So that would have made, you got to have 14 to be a junior, 11th grade. So, you know, I'm like, okay, bam, I'm finna go back to my home school. I'm on point. I got 2 extra credits. So, you know, I'm good because I was in there working. Because that shit was easy. Like I said, I've been pretty smart. That shit was easy. And then we figured out ways, man. The alternative school was like some of the funnest times of my teenage years. Boy, we used to do some shit in there. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like, so did all that. I had 16. I remember. So 11th grade year start, right? I go back to alternative school. I thought that's where I was supposed to go. You know, and then everybody that came that first day of school, that's like, go to your home school. Everybody's starting over. You know, your record's starting over. Don't worry about it. Now, I'm not thinking my credits is starting over. I'm thinking, like, as far as my behavioral record. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go back, you did a year in this fucking alternative school. So, you know, you've been punished. You did your time. Go back to your home school and, you know, finish out school, whatever. I get back to my home school. They like, we ain't got no papers from you. I'm like, alternative school didn't send my credits in. Nope, they ain't send us nothing. So I gotta go back to it. Now I'm jumping on the bus. And on that day, I ended up getting into it with a nigga that day, which sparked off like some month-long worth of beef with a whole group of niggas, you know what I'm saying, which is another whole point, but it's the school system's fault. Because them motherfuckers, if I wouldn't have had to been going back and forth from alternative school to my home school to try to get them to do their goddamn job, I would never got into it with some nigga trying to flex on and walking down the goddamn street. So, but anyway, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm going back and forth. I go back to alternative school. They say all y'all records got flooded. Our school got flooded. All the records got flooded. What? What about the computer records? Computers got flooded too. Wasn't them bitches on desk? Hold on. Nigga, what the fuck out of water get that high, nigga? We ain't had no massive floods in Dallas. Okay. So I'm like, so what? So what that mean? So I'm like, what that mean? Like, you start over. I'm like, God, I go back to my home school. Now I'm 16 years old. They tell me you got 0 credits, nigga. You a freshman. You got to go back to your freshman classes. And the crazy shit is, I had got some of them 16 credits at the home school before I went to the alternative school. So it's absolutely no reason for them not to have some of my fucking records, right? If anything, I should have at least the 3 or 4 credits I had got, right, before. They ain't have nothing. You got 0. You started over. What you gonna do? It is what it is. And if you don't come to school, it's truant, so you go to jail. So now I'm 16 years old in classes with a whole bunch of 14-year-olds in freshman classes. Nigga, I was completely done. I had really already quit school mentally in the 9th grade. You know what I'm saying? When I seen that they weren't teaching me shit. And so, but when that happened, and I'm like, cause I was like, I'm finna go on and finish. You know, I gotta finish school or whatever. All right, man, fuck it. Y'all don't want me to win. Y'all trying to fuck me over. Like, and that's real shit. Like, that's why I don't trust nothing. Like, that's why I always been a conspiracy theorist, because I always knew it was something not right about this system out here, fool. Like, I knew something was fucked up. I just didn't know what. You know, that's why I just got through watching some of my old videos. It's crazy how ignorant I was just 3 years ago, man. But, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, we ain't taught nothing. Like, they don't want y'all to know nothing. They want you to just stay ignorant and go to work. And, you know, that alone makes me want to know more. Just the fact that they have done so much to keep the truth away from me makes me want to know more as much as possible. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, you know, I really didn't have nothing to talk about. Moon's in Aquarius and the sun is Sag. So, you know, this 30 days that the sun is in Sag, you're going to be, you know, you may be repositioning your thinking, meaning, you know, testing your perspectives. You know what I'm saying? Really challenging yourself, because this is Sagittarius energy. Sagittarius is the what's it called? With a half man, half horse. It's the animal and the man nature. See, the animal is the power, the legs to give to the man. The man is the mind. So Sagittarius represents your talent. You know what I'm saying? What you're good at. You know, you're fueled in Sag. You know, that's the Jupiter expansion. You know, so this is and your perspective is a talent of yours, because you have to form a perspective based on information and what you take in. You understand what I'm saying? And your reality and your environment. So that's formed within you. This is why that is considered a talent of yours, because everyone's perspective is unique and everyone's talent is as well. So, you know, peace and love, baby. Shout out to them, you know what I'm saying? My nigga ripping that 7 North. I don't know. I be trying to end my shit smooth or something. Peace and love. Take it easy.